that there's three types of people in this world. You've got your askers, you've got your attractors, and you've got your waiters. And when I say waiters, I don't mean waiters in a restaurant. I mean the people that wait and never get anything. You may be watching this video as someone who's been waiting for good things to happen. And yes, I'm gonna kind of rub you the wrong way here, but I'm doing it from a good place and a place that will genuinely help you. So bear with me and make sure you stay to the end. Because if you realize what type of person you are, you can best suit yourself when going to events, when trying to succeed, when trying to create a relationship, when trying to do anything in your life. Both things and people that you need to become require work. They're not just, here you go, have it. Even though one of them is attractor, there's something that needs to happen in order for you to become an attractor. So let's start with a waiter. What is a waiter? Someone who is a waiter is someone who wants everything but never does anything. And it's difficult to hear. When I first heard it, I was a bit butthurt. I didn't want to hear it, but it was the reality. I was someone who just waited and expected good things to happen. I jumped at opportunities, but I didn't necessarily do all the work. I started jumping at more opportunities. I started to get a bit of progress. I started to see some success. I'm not saying I achieved wonderful things. I've achieved great things. And I have achieved great things because I understood who I am. Now, I'm not saying that you have to stick as either an attractor or an asker. You can jump between, but you're going to have a prominent one. And this is what came to me. I was working out and I've been going over a few ideas in my head. I'm always going over ideas. And I started writing a few things down. I was in the gym and it just came to me that there are three types of people. You've got an attractor, you've got an asker, and you've got a waiter. So we're going to take waiter out of this equation for a moment because we don't want to be a waiter. If you're a waiter, admit where you're at. Stop trying to think that everything in life is going to be sunshine and rainbows. And that's not pessimistic. And I don't want to use the term realistic. That's actually optimistic. Because if you think everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows, then you're actually quite delusional. Because things happen. People lose their life. That's not good. But we can celebrate their life. We can celebrate what they've been through, what they've done, what they've achieved. So we can change our perspective. But bad things do happen. And we can't avoid that. And I'm not going to try and tell you to avoid that. And that's what my channel's about. And also, I want you to understand that your opinion can change. And who I was, if you go back to any of my past videos, they're going to be different to the tone of voice I'm talking with now. To the perspectives and philosophies that I look at life with now. So let's dive into what an asker is and then what an attractor is. An asker is that confident person. Usually they're going to be an extrovert. This was kind of a model that I've created just through understanding and watching people and people that succeed specifically in any area. Let's get down to what an asker is. An asker is usually going to be more extroverted people. So if you know 100% that you're an extrovert, you're most likely going to thrive better as an asker. You just are. Because an asker is someone who will easily communicate with people, who can network very well, who can make a lot of friends very quickly. Someone who is an extrovert that just loves the company of other people. They are the people that usually, if you look at it from an industry point of view, and this is just coming off the top of my head, someone who's in real estate, someone who's a salesperson, someone who's an executive. But let's just go back down to basics of someone who predominantly is an extrovert. Now, don't get me wrong, we've got different levels within us. But someone who is an extrovert, you are going to thrive more as an asker because you can just ask for things to happen. You want to create a new business deal? Go and ask the right people. Get comfortable asking. And you're most likely going to be quite comfortable asking if you're an extrovert. So you don't necessarily have to focus on attracting these opportunities to you because you're in your element and you're living on purpose when you are asking. When you're asking for things to happen, when you're asking for that date. You're not sitting there and waiting for them to come to you. You're going out and you're asking for the date. You're not sitting and waiting for an opportunity to come to you. You're going and creating the opportunity. I do believe that everyone still has to have a certain level of that to create these opportunities in their life. But let's move over to someone who is an attractor. More my style. Someone who is an introvert is going to be more of an attractor. Like myself. Now, being an attractor doesn't mean it's easier than being an asker. It's actually more difficult. Because you have to come so incredibly valuable to other people that they come to you. If you become so valuable, and put it this way, someone who is absolutely drop dead gorgeous and has an amazing physique, Why do they get great things in life? Because to society, they are valued higher. Now, we shouldn't value people based on looks, but we do. And if you've ever heard of pretty privilege or anything like that, that's something that we can't really choose, but we can choose to change things like our body, get into better shape, and all those type of things. And those things do work. Someone who necessarily isn't pretty by society can become very good looking by getting into shape and looking after themselves, being healthy. But then you also look at it from another point of view of these incredibly wealthy billionaires that when you look at them, you think they're not that good looking. And this isn't to dig people, it's just a reality. But they've got absolutely gorgeous girlfriends. And let's use male billionaires in this example. They've got absolutely gorgeous girlfriends. And they're like 25 and they're like 55-year-old men. Why does this happen? Because they've got some sort of value. It doesn't matter what value, it just means value. So for me, in order for me to thrive, I need to become so valuable to people. Now, how do I do that? I post a lot of content so people know what I'm about. They know I've got a work ethic. They know I know what I'm talking about. I tend to connect more one-to-one with people, so I connect with people online. And I do still ask for opportunities, but when I'm connecting with them, I'm showing my value with everything I've done and everything I've created in the past. And when I'm looking for a relationship, personally right now, I'm getting myself into my best physical shape as possible. I'm just doing what I need to do. I'm turning up every day apart from today. It's the first day I haven't been in a while. But I do it consistently to get the results so that I become more attractive. So as I said, there's no one that's better than the other. But you're going to have to decipher which one is going to be your primary focus. Because as I said, I still do ask for opportunities by reaching out to people and connecting with people. But all of the last bunch of years, 5 years of the work that I've put in has got me to be able to do that and has given me more value towards people. So when they look at me, they think, oh, I can gain something from that. Not from a selfish point of view, that's just how it works. The reason I'm going to collaborate with someone is because we both are going to get some sort of value, whether it's equal, whether it's more in their favor, whether it's more in my favor. It doesn't matter, but there's going to be some form of value exchange there. But if you are an asker, go out and ask. Ask until you can't ask anymore. When you feel like you want to stop, ask one more time, just one more time. Because I promise you, there's going to be something on the other side of all that effort you're putting in. There is something on the other side of it. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't focus on attracting your soulmate. Like, I still believe in that type of stuff. That if you are crystal clear on the type of person you want to be with, or the business you want to create, or the amount of money you want to make, be crystal clear with that still, and that will still be attracted into your life, but you're going at it from your purpose. Are you asking and finding these opportunities, or are you being everywhere and people coming to you with opportunities? Work out which is your primary way of living and then go from there and go 100% with it. Don't worry about becoming so valuable. Look, if you want to be so valuable, spend all of your time, as much time as possible until you are so valuable. And this also has to be scaled to your goals. Like for me personally, I have very big goals. That's why I spend so much of my time working. But I'm okay with that. It fills my soul. I love making videos. I love helping people. I love working with people. I was writing down in my diary yesterday, nothing fills me more than seeing shifts within people. And when I work one-to-one with people, I just see these shifts and it just lights me up. So that's why I do it and that's why I love it. So figure out which your primary one is and work with it, go with it and become the best version of you. I just wanted to share my philosophy with you, and I'm going to be bringing out more of my philosophies and proving them. And also if they're disproven, that's also okay. I'm okay to change my tone of voice with things sometimes. But I do believe that questions should be asked, and that's what my channel is going to be starting to focus on a lot more, as well as different hypnosis and stuff like that. But other than that, subscribe.